It's sad to see popular franchises be self-censored by developers who are afraid of cancellation or want to change their public image, and the past few days have been wild surrounding the Skullgirls community, because it seems like the developers, their social media teams have all carried on their merry way and acted like nothing's happening by posting on social media, but their Twitter posts are getting destroyed by upset fans, and the Steam page for Second Encore is being flooded with negative reviews still. I have a few different things that I want to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or a supporter via YouTube membership. Now, I have covered this situation in 2 other articles, so if you want more of a deep dive into what initially sparked all of this backlash, the links will be in the description, but basically they announced that they were adjusting several art assets in Skullgirls Mobile, Skullgirls Second Encore, and the Digital Art Compendium on all platforms, and they tried to play it off as if it wasn't that big of a deal, right? They're only changing and altering a few small things, but they are removing a ton of imagery, they are altering tons of characters, the way that they look, dialogue with them, and things that they deemed too offensive, like humor. They overall are going through their games, absolutely scrubbing them, and they really believed that the backlash wouldn't be that major, because in their initial announcement, they straight up said, we understand that there are going to be some community members that disagree with these changes, but it's like they didn't expect it to blow up the way that it has, and right now, this initial post that they made is sitting at 8.1 million views. But they decided, instead of addressing it and putting out another statement, that they were going to pretend as if it wasn't happening. They decided to put up this tweet saying, still waiting for Marie to tell us what she thought of the Grimace Shake, and it's, of course, a picture of one of their characters, Marie, and it's got 150,000 views, but they really thought that, you know what, no one was going to respond in a negative way to this, that everything was going to be fine, but it is not fine. People are commenting, thousands of comments, saying things like, why is Marie looking like it's player base after this new patch? Isn't this a little graphic for your audience, since you guys want this game to be basically rated E, which is true. That's, at the end of the day, it seems like what they were hoping is that they were going to almost get a lower age rating by removing some of the NZ imagery, some of the character sexualization. In my opinion, I think it really does still all boil down to wanting to change their, public image, right? Because they have faced some scrutiny over the past few years, with Mike Z specifically. And so I think that they are really afraid of cancellation. They saw the way that he was canceled and really felt that it was going to be best if they distanced themselves from their past. And they thought one of the easiest ways is actually changing the content, but this has not gone over well with them. People are, saying that they are going to abandon this franchise. They are uninstalling the games. They are going to refuse to play them in the future, and going on social media and voicing how upset they are. I did talk about it in one of my previous videos specifically, but this game, of course, is up on Steam, and it has been flooded with negative reviews over the past few days. I mean, recent reviews are sitting at an overwhelmingly negative, with 2,659 new ones in the past 3 days or so. Heading back to the Twitter post, though, people are saying things like, while I love that you guys are doing what you want with the game, and I am very excited to see Marie and what else you have in mind, I think you should reconsider the recent updates. I believe changing the game back to as it was would be a better alternative. As I have said, I think the best case scenario would be adding a censor toggle in the game. Platinum Games did it with Bayonetta 3. I have praised them for it because the base game itself is completely untouched. None of the content is altered, but if you don't want to see some of the sexy characters characters and the more revealing outfits, you can toggle, this mode, and then, hey, it just allows you to see a little bit less. It doesn't completely, hide all the goods in the game, but it does definitely tone it back a little bit. And I think that's what they should have done here. And people really wouldn't be that upset because you would still be able to play the game in all of its glory and all of this content the way it was originally intended. People are also saying the majority of your longtime player base dislikes your most recent patch. Does the company truly believe that alienating the confirmed majority of their player base is a good thing? And it's like they truly just do not care. They knew that there was going to be backlash. They still went forward with it full steam ahead. And it's sad to see everything that is happening surrounding this game, right? Because people do love it. And the worst part for people is the fact that they can't really do anything about it. It's not like it's a brand new game that's coming out that you can say, I am personally not going to swipe my credit card on it. I'm not going to monetarily support it. I'm going to boycott it. It's not like you can even get a refund for it because it's not like it's only a couple of months old. That we are talking about a decade-old title here, and this is what they're doing to it now. This is why people do not trust, video game developers, because you unfortunately have the few that do things like this, where years after the fact, they decide to take a game in a wildly different direction. And like I mentioned, over on Steam, the recent reviews tab is currently sitting at overwhelmingly negative with 2,659 reviews, and there are very few positive ones here. There are some people trying to say, this isn't self-censorship, they can do what they want with their game, you're just getting offended over nothing. But even those people aren't really here. There's not a lot of comments like that. In response to the new Idiot Devs update, I am deleting all of my Skullgirl games on all platforms and avoiding them like the plague in the future. There is nothing I hate more than weak, woke a-holes in comics, gaming, and movies. Absolutely pathetic. I'm glad they changed so much in an update absolutely nobody asked for. And that's the worst part of it for a lot of people, is that they're making all of these changes for an audience that doesn't exist, right? The people that would be happy about these changes, they're still not going to play your game because your game had that imagery and that content in the first place. It's not like you can erase the past, so they already know and have an image of your title in their heads, and they're going to just see these and go, yeah, that's great, but you still had it in your game, so I'm still going to refuse to buy it. Horny is no more. So yes, as you can see, most of the player base is in open revolt. People are leaving thousands of negative reviews on Steam. They try to go about their lives and post like normal on social media, and they are getting absolutely obliterated over it. And I honestly don't see this situation dying down anytime soon because of how upset the player base truly is over their major mistake here. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.